So hello everyone and welcome back, and I'm ecstatic to introduce one of my favorite clients, Bethany Jenkins. Bethany, thank you so much for coming on today.
Happy to be here.
So I'm really excited about your story for a couple of reasons. I'm ecstatic about the fact that you've used story and sales process to take your business from $6 to $16 million in just a couple of years. But I'm even more so excited about the fact that you did it in an industry with, let's be honest, it's more a male-dominated industry, right?
Definitely.
I mean, you're in the building industry. How many females are really in that industry that you see and around compared to males that are out there selling?
Yeah, very few, because most of the clients that we talk to, especially initially, are male, and then all the people on the job sites are male. So yeah, it's very, very few women in our business.
I recently spoke to some people in the tech industry, and they're saying the same. It's a very male-dominated group, and it has a lot of male camaraderie, and a lot of times females feel like they have to become something that they're not to succeed in sales. And I think your story is really interesting because you didn't want to be in selling at the start, and you had a male selling your products and services, and then we worked together for you to take that back and take ownership over that. So I'd love to hear some of your fears that you had about going through that process and a little bit about kind of what happened then.
I was very reticent to take it on, primarily because being an introvert, naturally, it seemed like a very scary scenario, but also because I'm talking to wealthy people a lot of times, and I'm talking to males, and both can be a little intimidating. But what I found was kind of addressing those through stories and through scripts. I was able to pretty easily overcome that fear. And the thing that women have, I think, over males is they're intuitive, and a lot of times they're more empathetic and sometimes really good listeners. My husband and I do sometimes sales meetings together, and he'll come out and say, I still can't believe what you hear in those meetings that I don't hear, because I'll hear them say something and I can pretty easily figure out what they're saying and why they're saying it, so that I can really listen well and respond appropriately. And I think that is a huge advantage for a female, and especially a female introvert.
I think for a lot of the females out there, there might be a lot of people watching that are like, I don't want to be in sales, or I don't think I can do sales. You were kind of in a pretty tough spot. I mean, you didn't want to be in selling, but you could see the person that you had hired to do this process of selling was letting you down. What were some of the mindset hurdles that you had to get over to really grab hold of this and run with it?
The first thing was I had to really decide that it was worth it. I had to say, I realize that it's going to be hard, but it's also going to be worth it. And that was number one. The second thing was that I was really kind of surprised when you said, I think you would be good at this, because I just always assumed I'd be terrible at it. But the truth is, once you described how I could be good at it and I could visualize myself being good at it, I realized, you're right, I think I can do this. And that is when I was able to kind of make that shift.
Absolutely, and I think that's really important for people to recognize, because you had these barriers, one that you didn't feel that you were going to be able to, and a lot of people will sort of highlight that because maybe you don't have the gift of gab, or it's not your industry, or you haven't sold before, that you can't do this, and you overcame that really quickly, and I appreciate you taking my word for it. For the people that are at home that are thinking, I don't know if I have the chops for this, maybe she was lucky, what advice would you give them?
Oh no, just read all of your book and your information, and you'll immediately see yourself and how easily it would come to you. It's so comfortable once you understand that you're just telling stories. It's so much more comfortable than you even thought it was going to be, because it just comes naturally. You're just talking about your everyday life. You think no one wants to hear it, but they do. They really do.
You were dreading the prospect of selling. What's changed, and how do you see the sales process now?
Oh, I love it. I love doing it. It's amazing, because I really thought I would hate it. But the truth is, I do love to talk to people, and especially when I get to talk to them about something that they wanted to talk about anyway. And so every day I get to meet with someone new, I get to talk to someone new. I have a new sense of respect for the whole process, and a new respect for just people that deal with people all the time. That I never thought would be, an outcome, but it really has.
That's terrific. Well, Bethany, I really appreciate you sharing that. I know there's a lot of females in male-dominated industries, or sales a lot of times can be male-dominated. So I really appreciate you sharing your journey with these people so that they can just know it's possible for them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely possible.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you again for everyone that joined us today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.